and there's people that have brand new people there that are fired up out of their mind. We are bringing on some of the sharpest, young, talented, ambitious, hopeful people I've ever seen. I mean, I'm not kidding. People that we're not bringing on me. We're bringing on these young, 20-something-year-old that don't have as many problems. And we get a chance to keep them from creating some of the problems that we created for ourselves, and we get a chance to coach them through it. We get a chance that we can help them succeed fast. We can help them have more years of their life to help other people. Yep. And so I'm really excited about those guys, and I want to impress them, and now they got them at that meeting, and now they see that. And I know they're thinking, this makes you question it. Could I go with eccentric? That's what I was thinking. Can I pull this off as eccentric as opposed to a mistake? I want to talk. I do have a message for a lot of my young guys out there and girls, but really I think it's more to guys. And it's touchy. So don't think I'm talking to you, okay? Like I'm not, because I've met 75 of you that are very similar in the last 2 weeks, okay? Maybe 150, and I know there's more than that out there. And I don't, this is not a personal attack. This is I'm trying to be real honest and say this will help you. We have a program that works, okay? We will point you in the right direction. It's not complicated, okay? And I know information helps you and education helps you, and we're trying to educate you. But there's this simple click that I need for you 20-something-year-olds to get. And again, a lot of you, it's like 3 of you are going to think it's personal, and I'm telling you, each 3 of you hit me at the same time, and I went, I've got to cover this for the 147 other people. Sarah, I don't know if this applies to you. You're 20, you're even 20? 19. I don't know. You can tell me if it hits your age group. But the 20-somethings, here's what I'm trying to tell them, is loyalty and focus and consistency makes a huge difference. And for some of you, I can look at your body and tell that you've been loyal and focused and committed, and you fear having an average arm, belly, leg, or chest. Okay? And I see that you fear that. And I see a lot of girls out there that fear not having that. But I'm wondering if you have the same understanding of what consistency and loyalty and your actions have to do with your financial strength. Oh, hey, don't, everybody's leaning back. Y'all calm down. I don't know. You might have a lot of money in the bank. Don't glance. You might have a lot of money in the bank. You might be supporting your parents. You might be giving $10,000 a month to the church and look like a stud. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? And here's how I know they're jacked up, is these motivational videos. And they watch the video and they look out. And apparently you starve yourself because Terry? Terry, come tell me. Come tell him up here, Terry. Here come. You're not 20-something, are you?
In my mind.
But and I'm not. Don't get me wrong. There's 50-somethings and 60-somethings, but I'm trying to transition these 20-somethings into they can look phenomenal, like Jack LaLanne. You remember Jack LaLanne? Mm-hmm. And Arnold.
That's right.
Arnold, and there's a lot of them that look fantastic. Those guys' monies, their pocketbooks are packed because y'all pay them to get motivated.
Right.
Y'all understand what I'm telling you? You're promoting them, and they become famous, and you stay in shape, physical shape.
Right.
But what about the mental shape, and what about the financial shape? Because it's very difficult to give money to the ministries. It's very difficult to pay for your kids' college education with the look of your muscle.
I know that's right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You hear what I'm telling you? So I'm not, Like that's how I pick you out. I'd be like, sharp, let's get them. They're disciplined. I got to translate that discipline into something that puts money into your pocket. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Like, how does it benefit you to promote that name, that person? You with me? How does that promote you? You say, well, Andy, what am I going to listen to if I don't listen to this rah, fight, get up, stay focused? Well, I got one in the back of the room right here I want you to listen to. Is Brian Biggers.
That's right.
You with me? Mm-hmm. Listen to his podcast. Mm-hmm. You say, but he's not hip. Joker, he's happy.
Right. That's right.
He's set. You with me? He knows stuff. It's a different kind of wisdom than hype. You with me? Now, I don't know if you have to listen to that to eat celery. Keep doing it. I might need to listen to some of it.
Me too.
Sit down. But okay, so I know I'm on the edge with that, but I want to tell you. I mean, you understand what I'm telling you is, I know you're happy with Billy Blankety Bo that can put a rap music together and steal stuff from Robbins and steal something from Rose and steal something from this, and he's got all the stuff and he's legalized it and it's a good thing and everything. You know what I'm saying? And you understand? Like I'm telling y'all, figure out a way to do the mundane that does the money the same way that does the muscle. I'm telling y'all.
Amen.
Like I'm starting making excuses why I don't work out all the time. But it's because of the mundaneness. My business that I do is mundane. Almost every day I say the same thing. Hey man, I'm fired up. You fired up? Let's do this thing. Woohoo! That's what I do all the time. And I walk in and I go, this thing's going to be big. I'm finding some good people. I'm finding the right people. My team is getting the best people. It's mundane. And you should see me dial. I mean, a lot of times y'all hear me dial, because if you can see me dial, I am fighting the yawns. I'm hitting it. I'm fired up. Because it's the same thing I say all the time. I'm a repetitive joker. Does that make sense? So I'm just asking you to think about that. I went to my sociologist, psychologist, Jeff Bright. I said, Jeff, have me with that. He said, we live in a different world, Andy. They are hooked on social media. They're hooked on YouTube videos. And they're hooked on this stuff. I was like, how do we break them free? He said, we get them to fear being financially troubled more than they fear not being physically fit. I was like, we get them scared? I don't want to scare them. What about if we educate them? What if we let them know that this guy, whoever it be, whether it be the governor, Roy Cooper, who's coming and speaking to us at our convention, who has his beliefs that he just hammers and hammers, same thing. Whether you agree with him or don't agree with him, he's just boring. You with me? Yeah. Or whether it be Brant Swindell, or whether it be Katrina Gustin. Our top people, they do the same thing over and over again. They stay focused. Whether it be Trump, just get up, go to work, get up. I couldn't. Busy as I was this morning, I had to read 7 or 8 lines. I should have brought it in here. Cowboys and Indians. Got Willie Nelson on there. He said, when are you going to retire? He's 84. He said, all I do is play golf and play music. Why you want to quit that? Some would say that's boring. Just playing music, same songs over and over again, golf over and over again. But you with me? The mundaneness, the boredom, the staying loyal to the country music. He hasn't jumped from genre to genre. People jump from who they're going to follow, job-wise. Yeah. They're just jump and jump and jump and jump and jump. You said, Andy, you've jumped. Let me tell you, first of all, I've been doing this 18 years. Second of all, I've been doing it 27 years. When did you start? 27. Why do you say 27? Because I started 27 trying to build a team. That's when I started in Amway. I started building a team. And I have not let up in that. Ask my wife. I mean, she'll be like, oh, yeah. He's psycho about building a team. Can't remember to pick up the kids. Have to tell him to brush his teeth. Somebody else has to pack his clothes for him. And then somebody apparently needs to set his shoes out. But I didn't look down when I got in the meeting. I was eyeballs, eyeballs, eyeballs. I was looking for people. You with me? I never looked down. I was like, I got this, man. That's what I've been doing for a lot of years steady. And that's why I've been able to find Alex Abian and Chris Long and Andy Riddle and Jason Carey and Tony Carey. That's how I've been able to find people like Angela Clark and Terry Edwards. I spot them, Noel, just like you and Mike are doing. I've been doing it. It can seem boring. But you start all of a sudden when you find one person, you get that relationship, and you got a relationship with Adam Katz. How about Paul Roberts, guys? Yesterday, 5 years sober. And he says, and now he's finding people like Jeremy Patton and Jacob and Kelly. He's starting to find people like Mike Rodriguez. He's starting to find these people like Mark and Rags. Rags is not a person, but y'all get my point. If y'all don't know Rags, y'all will know Rags. Because this guy's writing about $25,000, $35,000 a month and recruiting like crazy, and his trusty dog Rags is with him everywhere. You're finding, when you start finding those relationships, Stephanie, when you start finding those, Toby, it's just, and I know you go through a bunch of boredom. I guess it's like these guys that look, and girls look fantastic. They like the exhilaration of that. Wait till you feel the exhilaration of having a friend for 5 years in a row, or 6 or 10 or 12 or 25 years in a row, and it's just, it's crazy talk. And I want you to feel that, Hernan, I know it's happening for you, but I want it for you and other people you're finding. And that's that slight difference. Okay, all right, I'm off of that. Love you. Hope that helps a little bit.
As a young man, I was fascinated when I was first starting out. I've got this thing about success. I just believe we were created to excel and succeed. And it's a waste of life not to succeed. And so I began early. Everybody that succeeded in any field, ministry, aviation, business, whatever, I began to read biographies and just pour over, what is the difference about those few people at the top? And so what's the deal? It's not just natural. There's more than that. Because I began to meet people that were not that gifted. They were not that sharp. Like Angie's up here talking about pretty people today. They were not that pretty. But they just had something about them that put them over the top in their chosen field. And I think that's great. Because if it were all about how pretty you were, or what your IQ was, or what family you were born in, a lot of us would just be out in the cold, wouldn't we? But through the years, I've found about 3 common denominators in people that are just very successful, whether it's ministry, whatever. Number one, very simply put, they can do tomorrow what they did today. Listen, this is so simple. This is not complicated. Anybody can do it when you feel great. They're cheering for you. You're all pumped up. You're jacked up. What about the days when you get up and life just sucks? You feel bad. Your stomach hurts. She's mad. I mean, you just feel like crap. Can you do it on that day too? There's just something about people who can do the same thing day after day, whether they are excited or whether they're not. And that just sounds so simple, but you're great inventors, great salespeople, great athletes, great everything just boils down to, I know you can do it while everybody's cheering. Can you do it tomorrow when nobody's looking? And some people call it self-motivation. It's not that. It's can you do what you're supposed to do when there is no motivation? And you just get up. And it just boils down to, well, yesterday was fun. Today's not as much fun, but watch this. And you just get up and keep doing it. And you get on autopilot. Your plane got autopilot on it. If you're flying it, it does need it. Because you just think, I love it when the hype's high. I love it when everybody's around you. I love it when you feel great. What about those days when everything's wrong? Let me tell you something about, for instance, like selling insurance. They need insurance whether you feel great or not.
That's right.
They'll buy it whether you feel happy or not. They'll buy it if your wife's happy or she's complaining. They don't care. They just need insurance. And the deal is, that sounds so simple, but you go back and you look especially at great researchers. They got successful because on days when everybody was hollering against them, they did it anyway. Number two, it's bigger than money. It's not without money, but it's bigger than money. A lot of people are motivated by money. It'll run out. A lot of people are motivated by fun. It'll wear off. What is it about people that are just so driven they have become motivated by something bigger than money? Because someday the money's going to wear off. I mean the motivation. I even know we got to have it to live. And if you want to be a blessing to people, you got to have it to give. We shipped 280,000 meals 2 weeks ago to a war zone in Iraq. Well, all the good intentions in the world ain't going to get that container over there. It took $70,000 cash to get it over there. And a lot of people will do a lot of things for money, but listen to me. After you've made, I was talking to a multi-gajillionaire a while back. And I said, what's the deal, man? You're old. You don't even know how much you got. What drives you now? And you know what he said? I have leaned my ladder against the wrong wall. I got to the top, but my ladder was on the wrong wall. And he's miserable. And he's a multi-gajillionaire. Because the bottom line is you take that green piece of paper out and bow down to it, there's not much of a buzz there. Got to have it to help people. But here's what you found with people in every field, whether they're religious or not. The only thing that will drive you past money and fun and things like that, I just think is hardwired in every person. Psychologists call it altruism. We just call it, I live to help people. Helping people will motivate you past money. It'll motivate you to make it to help them. If you live for fame, that's going to wear off. You know what the deal is? Get famous and get over it. A friend of mine was a promoter for Motown Records, and he said, I'm riding in the car one day. If I said his name, you'd know him. And he said, how about pull over here and get me some chewing gum? And he thought, you arrogant snot, why can't you get out and get it? And he said, the guy explained, I can't go get chewing gum. I can't go into a restaurant. I can't go out in public. He said, I am a prisoner in my success. And he said, I live to be famous, and now I hate it. Listen, fame will only motivate you so far. But there is something in the human soul, you will work day and night to help people. After the money runs out, after the fame gets old. And these people that do great things are driven to help other people. All right, I got a buddy of mine who goes to my church. He's lost both legs. An IED explosion that he stepped on. And he had a buddy that laid down his life for him and fell over a grenade and gave up his life to save these soldiers. Would you do that for money? Not I. And I'm sure not going to do it for fame, because if you're dead, it don't matter. What's the good of being famous if you ain't there to enjoy it? But all the things people have done to serve other people. And when you meet very successful people, whether it's education, business, ministry, they are driven by, I am changing people's lives. Everything else will get old. And then number three, and I've always found this to be great. I met with a guy recently, and he is my hero. He was the commander over Operation Black Hawk Down. He led the U.S. Armed Forces, Special Services at one time, Green Beret and whatnot. And I said, why does a guy like you keep going? You know, you got all the money you need. You're famous. Books have been written about you. Here you are, 60-some years old. Why do you keep going? And here's what I found about people that are successful over and over. They understand calendars. They understand the calendar. Then you say, what's a calendar for? That's so we'll know what day it is. No, it's not. Let me tell you what a calendar's for. Teach us to number our days that we might apply our hearts unto wisdom. Calendars are where you understand, I'm not going to live forever. Matter of fact, I hate to tell you this. Somebody the other day said, what's life like at middle age? I said, how many 118-year-old people do you know? I am not middle-aged. I'm 59. I'll be 60 in a few days here. Truth of the matter is, on September the 7th, I go into the fourth quarter. And I'm starting to realize, you say, you're young, I got a lot of time left. I was pretty at one time. Listen to me. I hate to tell you, 20-some you was talking about. They're going to come a day when it's going to sag. All mine used to be up here at one time. There's going to come a day. And you're little 3 seconds on this planet. And that's about what you got in the big scheme. As the Bible says, your life is like a vapor. There it goes. Gone, man. And here's the point. What you going to leave behind? Pile of money? I've been doing this for 40 years now. Let me tell you what happens if you leave a pile of money behind. You divide your family over it. Let them fuss and fight over it if you don't manage them well. What you going to leave behind? I got bad news. All that stuff you're so proud of, they can't wait to have it. You won't be cold before they'll have a sale and it'll be gone. All that mess you worked for. And then, as the Bible says, then whose will it be? Here's the point. I realize I don't have so many days on this earth. What's life all about? Is it about just a big pile that you leave for somebody to fight over? Is it about how pretty you are? I hate to tell you all this. Man, my hair was long and black and wavy, and I didn't have to sit under a dryer or nothing. It was just God-blessed natural is what it was. And now when it gets this ugly, you might as well just shave it off and be done with it. There ain't no sense messing with it. All this crap we're so excited over is temporary. Well, what's the big deal? What are you going to leave behind? What do you want when it's all said and done? Years ago, I played ball in my younger years. And when I got married, I didn't understand this marriage thing. It's a setup. It really is. If you knew the whole deal, you probably wouldn't get married. So I get married. It outweighs. I get married, and I didn't realize that girls own the home. I thought it was our house. Oh, no. Guys don't have squat. The yard is yours. So I go in the house, and I had all these trophies I was very proud of. And so I decorated the house with my trophies. My house, my trophies. I go the next day, come back, they're all sitting in a cardboard box in the driveway. I mean, not driveway, the garage. And I said, baby, who came in our house and put all my trophies in the box over here? She said, I put them in that box out there. She said, I don't want them in my house. I said, your house? Whose signature goes on the check? All that stuff. But here's the point. At one time, I was so proud of those trophies, had pictures taken with them, yada, yada, home run trophies, all that mess. Even if we had kept them, guess what they'd look like now 30 years later? They rust. They rot. And here's the deal. I worked my butt off to get a trophy that big. Now just some little 9-year-old chick wins 5th grade in a dance competition and is taller than she is. They get this big stuff. The point is, all that mess is temporary. And I had a friend recently said, I want you to come to my house. I want you to see my trophy room. So I go over there, and he's got animals packed everywhere. So it felt like you'd walked in Ashboro Zoo out there. And I thought, that's nice. I thought, who dusts all this mess? Here's my point. I know that was around the elbow, but here's my point. One of these days, you're going to be getting older, and your mortality is going to rain on you. And the question is, what you're going to leave behind? 10 trophies, aluminum trophies, something you shot. And I love to shoot stuff. Men are born to shoot stuff. But the point is, what are you going to leave behind? Well, I have a trophy room now. It sits in a file in a box. And let me tell you this. I hope y'all make a wad of money, especially if you're going to help contribute to our causes. I hope you make a wad of money because I thank God every day. Nobody in my family ever went to college. All 3 of my kids have been. God's blessed me to be able to send my kids to college. And we've been blessed with a lot of things. And I love to give money away. It's just a buzz to it. I don't know what it is. Somebody should make up a saying like, I don't know, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Somebody should come up with that somewhere. But here's the point. One of these days, you're going to be going down the stretch, and you're going to realize it's not how big were my trophies, aluminum trophies, all that stuff. In my trophy case right now are letters. And my trophies now read like this. You're the greatest dad anybody ever had. Our life is blessed because you influenced us, and we watched the way you live. That is a trophy. And I've got letters that said, I was going to die as an alcoholic until you came to where I was. I didn't think anybody cared about me, and now I've got this great life. And the point of the calendar is this. You got one brief trip on this earth, and when it's all said and done, what you going to leave behind? If it doesn't measure in changed lives, you have wasted your life. If you're not changing lives, you're wasting your life. I'm convinced we're put on this earth to change people's lives. My nation's sort of upside down right now. We use people to make money instead of making money to help people. We need to get this thing turned around. Now listen, I'm at the point I could retire and move to Harker's Island. I could be sitting in there fishing full time. I get up early every morning. I got home at 10 o'clock last night. I'll do the same thing tonight. I run at 90 miles an hour when I could be sitting on my butt, sitting on the dock of the bay. Them days are gone. But I am so driven. I am so driven. Let me tell you why I'm driven. Because when I ate yesterday in that restaurant and I saw that waitress and I knew she was struggling with something in life, this is worth getting up for. And the only thing that'll drive you is that you're changing people's lives, whether it's to contribute, get personally involved, or whatever. And so I don't care whether you're in insurance, I don't care whether you're in ministry, stock car racing, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You've got to have, these are the people that get to the very top. It's beyond the money, it's beyond the fame. Fame gets old after a while. It's about people, boils down to. I'm done.
We're going to have men's leadership Friday morning over at your place. So Thursday we do that, and then Friday we'll have a men's leadership. And I want to shoot you some times. If there's any way you can hit the men's leadership, we'd really appreciate that.
I love, see, when there are no women in the room, you can really talk ugly. I love talking to the boys and light them up, man. We're going to have the best time out there. And I really appreciate y'all doing that Packathon thing.
Yes, sir.
Because it's one thing to, you know, different things have different values. But if you ever travel to those countries and you see women holding starving children and you realize this little 28-cent meal made the difference, I mean, this is worth getting up for right here. We're going to have a blast.
And you know, a lot of us love J.L. Williams. He came around us all the time. So a lot of this is in respect and honor of him also. So.
Let me tell you why I'm laughing. He was 105. I don't know how old he was, but he was on up in years. He'd send me an email at 12:15 at night. We got to do this. I'd have another one at 5:15 the next morning. We got to do it twice. And he was just so driven to help people.
Yes.
And that's why he loved, he would say, you know about that NAA thing over here? He said, hey, hype through the roof over there. I said, them people are excited. He said, I love being around people that are excited about something somewhere. I didn't mean to jabber. We look forward to it, though. We'll have a great time.
We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
Love you. Love you.
Love you. Thank you. Lordy, Lordy. Y'all see why? You see what I'm saying? That's why I have him out here. He understands. He's got that wisdom. And I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but I'm 53. He's 69. What is that, 16 years from now? And he's just building that church now. Went from 100 people to 5,000 people. We're blowing up. What could this be like? What could this be like? Could you be in my position 5 years from now? Why not, Mike? Like, what's keeping it? What's stopping it? I mean, watch me. You've traveled me a little bit. Travel me a little bit more, and you'll know. It's what he said about everyday saying. I don't care if you're a billionaire or a beggar. I don't care if you're white or I don't care if you're black. It's 24 hours in a day. And I don't care if you're in a great mood or if you're in a terrible mood. I don't care if you got long hair. I don't care if you ain't got no hair. It's 24 hours in a day. And you have what he said is your calendar, your schedule. And I thought, I was interested in what he's going to say is what's your calendar for? Because I'm going like, my calendar is what tells me what to do every day. That's my boss. So I put something on my calendar. And then what he says is the calendar tells you ain't got forever, which I say is the biggest lie being told in America today is you got time. You ain't got time. So he said that calendar tells you ain't got time. My calendar tells me to do it now, right now, because I promised myself during an exciting mode. That's what he said. What are you doing when it ain't exciting? I make my decision. Listen, I jump over to tomorrow and I go, this is what I want it to look like. Okay, so I want it to look like this. Then back in this time, I need to not look that far out, but I need to look at today at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Tomorrow, Saturday morning, I need to start looking at Saturday morning on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to be on the phone or if I'm going to be sleeping in. And so I remember what I wanted it to look like over here. So then I look at my calendar and I go like, then I better do this here. And I'm all hyped up when I put it there. And then when I get here, I'm not kidding. Most of the time I'm like, who scheduled all this stuff? I try to blame it on Amber. I've tried to blame it on Revis. I try to blame it on my wife, but I know the joker that over here during the midst of the hype, he scheduled it, and then here I am. All right, I'll do it. That's good stuff. See why I want him to? Because he puts it in such a simple way, and I go like, I get it. I get it. As a matter of fact, sometimes you'll watch, he listen to his podcast, and then you'll hear me say something, you'll be like, I wonder if he swiped that. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes. Or John Maxwell, you listen to him and you go, yes. As a matter of fact, I posted something the other day and people were like, Andy Albright's a genius. I've never been motivated like this. And I was like, I should say Maxwell wrote that, not me. I'm the one that posted it. Not on Facebook. It was on our private Voxer. Because I don't get hooked into all that mess. But I mean, you with me? Like, this is where I get it. Now here's, hello, what is the alliance? We sell insurance and we get you to sell it, and then you get other people. So I get the stuff from these guys like Maxwell and Brian Biggers and Tim Goad, and then I say it. So guess what you're allowed to do? Say it. And I know what you're thinking, the same thing I'm thinking. When I walk up here, here's what I'm always thinking. Who am I to tell them anything they're doing wrong? Because not only do I know what you see that I'm doing wrong, I know things I'm doing wrong that you don't know I'm doing wrong, so I feel like a hypocrite when I say it. So, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, but you probably feel the same way, that you're not worthy to repeat the good news and the right things to do. Please raise your hand. I'll close my eyes. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're not able? If we waited for perfect preachers, they wouldn't be none. I need you to say what I'm saying at the meetings to other people. Copy. And then just, like after you say it, I know you're waiting to be struck down by lightning. Because sometimes I'm like, if I tell them to straighten up, I'm going to get struck down. But I've been doing it now. Sometimes I just say it and I ain't even expecting to get struck down. I know you think that lightning is going to strike you for telling people to master the mundane when yesterday you had a glass of wine as opposed to making dials. I know you feel bad about that. I know you clicked on the TV and got sucked into WWE wrestling when you were supposed to be making phone calls. I know you did. I know you paused on the wrong channel and got your mind messed up and didn't read. And then you're going to go to the hot spot and tell everybody, you need to read 15 minutes every day. And then you're like, and your mind's thinking, but I didn't read last night. That's when you tell them, everybody changes at some point. All of us are fighting and all of us are getting better. All of us have fell down, fall short, ain't done it right, screwed it up, messed it up. So let's just, tomorrow, what we're going to do tomorrow? Mañana. But then put it on the calendar, and then when that tag comes, like sometimes when I do something right, I'll be like, got one. I read, I did the right thing just for a minute. Yes. But I've had a lot of minutes. A lot of minutes so far that I have messed up and done the right thing, or I have fallen into the right thing. Okay, I got some questions for you that I read the other day, but I want to put them to you in writing, and I'll give them to you. And since I'm so specific with them, I'm going to give credit to Andy Andrews for these questions. Because they're Andy Andrews' questions, not my questions. And I know on the activity call Friday, I didn't get into all who wrote it, because I didn't want to get into that. But look, when you look around the way average people live in terms of finances, time to do what they enjoy, being happy with their jobs or family business, do you think they live exceptionally well? The people, your neighbors, go outside, your friends, the 5, 6 people that are around you, do you think they live exceptionally well? By the way, this is questions for teenagers, but I'm asking them to you. Wow. This is questions to you. Not to teenagers. This is his society. This is how to get to teenagers, is ask them this question. When you look at them, number 2, 10 years from now, would you be thrilled to live like those people that we just discussed? The people that you currently tie into, that go to concerts with, go to parties with, that group, would you be exceptionally excited 10 years from now to be where they are? Would that be you fired up out of your mind to be where they are. Because people are like, I'm struggling with SNIOPs. People that are negative influences to other people. Susceptible to negative influence, SNIOPs. That's being SNIOPed. And you say like, these people saying I can't do it. These people telling me I'm sold out. These people I'm telling I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. These people said I'm too crazy and listening to Albright. Would you be exceptionally proud and thrilled to be where they are as far as time to do what they want and money 10 years from now? That's my question. Would you be thrilled? If you'd be thrilled, you'd be thrilled. If you wouldn't be thrilled, then what do you think about? Would you be thrilled? Okay, number 3. Why do you think most of them are where they are? Why do you think they are there? Why do you think they're there? You're smart. Why do you think they're there? Okay, here we go. True or false? Knowing that every doctor in America graduated from medical school, if a person is going to be a physician someday, do you think maybe he should get in medical school? This is not a trick question. Do you think maybe he should get in medical school? If every great person, like Brian Biggers, like Tim Goad, people that have done things, like Billy Graham, people that have done things, say things like, I read books, I read biographies, I study, I do the boring, I have a schedule. If one day you wanted to be a doctor, should you be in doctor school? Now, I'm trying to tie this in for you. If a person desires to be an attorney, should he be in medical school? If he was going to be an attorney, should he be in medical school? Is that where he should be? Is that where he should be right now? The guy that's texting me right now that should be watching the show. And the question is unrelated to this. If one day he's going to be an attorney, should he be in medical school? Why is this question false? Why is this question false? If he wants to be an attorney, should he be in medical school? Why is that false? It's the wrong school. It's the wrong place. It's the wrong people. Wrong association. Wrong education. It's unrelated to what he's doing. It don't make no sense. 10 years from now, if in fact you would not be thrilled to live like everyone else, it would make sense that the more different you are from during the next 10 years, the more likely you are to end up in a different place. So you can either be like them or be something different. And the something different ties into some do's, some be's. It ties into some things that you're going to do and the things that you're going to be. Y'all tracking with me? Okay. All right. So you want to change your income bracket. You want to change your tax bracket. You want to change the people you hang out with. You want to change your future. You want to be able to give more money. You want to change. So we're going to get into change. Okay? Let me give you some why change real quick. Okay? In the 8 Steps book, on page 98, it starts talking about an investment comparison. I want you to read this, and I want you to teach this, and I want you to understand this. You flip through this, and it gets into an investment of a rental property. You put down $100,000 for a rental property, or you borrow it, you rent it for $700, but your mortgage is $600, so you make $100 a month. That's if you put $20,000 down. Cash, $20,000 cash you invested. Have a net positive cash flow of $1,200 if it's rented every single month. If they don't have the doggy poop all over the place, if they don't destroy your couch, put holes in the wall, if air conditioning don't go out, if you make $1,200. You tracking with me? On the other hand, you run a newspaper ads and you pour into agents and you teach them and you help other people. Not use them, as Pastor said, not use them to make money, but you take your money and you pour into them to help them people. Right. Let's say you run a $100 ad for 52 weeks and spend $5,000 to get one agent. A 10% spread on a $10,000 producer. Raise your hand here if you did $10,000 ever in 1 month. Raise your hand. 10,000 ever in 1 month. How about 20,000? How about 5,000? Let's do 5,000. 10% spread on 5,000 you've helped this person gives you $500 a month. And that's what a $5,000 investment, not a $20,000 investment. And it's a human being that can be your friend. But how are you going to help them if you don't help them? Does that make sense? I'm just talking about it. You say, well, I ain't going to spend $5,000 ads to find somebody. I know you're not going to spend $5,000 in ads. What else can you do to help other people that you hire and you identify? Do I have those new agent magazine yet? You have them? Okay. I want to show y'all something that we are investing in now. We looked at what people are giving new agents to get started, and we said, one of the things that we want to drastically change is how much we help people. Because, like Adam Katz, when Adam Katz started, him and Beth lived over at our house all the time. Food, I gave them audios, books, anything they could to get them started in my Amway business. Because my goal was to get 500 a month. I spent tens of thousands of dollars. He'll tell you this. Because my goal was to get 500 a month. Because I compared it to a rental house, that if you had $20,000 in a rental house, all of them makes 100 a month. And I'm thinking 5 times 20, if I give him 100,000, I still get $500 a month. That's better than $100 a month. You say, well, you looking at him at making money. No, I love Adam Katz. I want him to be successful. Listen to this. Today, his business does over $250,000 a month. At a 3% spread, that's $7,000 or $8,000 a month. A month. You with me? And I've got 52 of those different organizations. You have no idea. And then I got to thinking, I'm not investing in the new people like Steve and Rebecca Lixie like I used to. Almost like, I was like, what? Think through this, Albright. What else can you do? So that's when we started mailing out. We mailed out those 5,000 magazines to everybody for free. And then we started mailing out 600 free magazines a week to every brand new person. And I said, I can't do all this myself. We got to have some help. So we're saying, how do we get the other agents to help? Because a lot of people don't want to spend a lot of money to get people started. It's like, what can we do? So here's what we've come up with. And this has been a ridiculous hit in the last 4 cities I've been in. We sold out in like less than 2 minutes. And we don't have it perfect yet. So if you're getting ready to say, like, I want to buy them, you can't buy them, okay? But we put together a new agent magazine. And it's insane, okay? Y'all agree with this? Oh, yeah. Everybody's seen it. Matter of fact, you hand it out and give everybody one of these right here, and they can look at them. Okay, so here's what we got. A letter from me talking about what we're trying to do. Our values, what we're about, how we behave, how we act, what do we have to do, everything in here. You flip through, page simple. This is our playbook. Have you seen this yet, Mike? Woo! Here's the steps you got to go through to get contracted. You call in, you check with your upline. Here's a website to go to. Here's, look, QR code for the licensing. You with me? I know! That's the reaction we've been getting all over the country. Okay? So, we've got the activity app, QR code, the activity book, QR code. We'll have the media. We don't have any, the media app that we just spent the money on, the one that was insanely expensive. You have a QR code. This is one page on how you do your MC backup. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, by the way, licensing. Look, licensing, remember, recruit 3 and your training's free. You know, when everybody forgets to tell everybody that, all you got to do is find people, get 3 people to sign up, and yours is free. That's right. Look here, baby. Here's hotspots. There's your hotspots map. All about it, baby. Yeah, we got the QR code. Okay, Tuesday call, the Wednesday TWC. We got the activity call on Friday. Hey, right here, we got the underwriting grids. You got your quoting engine. This is everything a new agent needs. Look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Promotion grid right in the center of the magazine. That's for the audience, the viewing audience, our centerfold. Thank you, Jen. Whew. Changing lives, Good Samaritan bonus, how it works. All about the Hawaii trip and where we'll be going and how you qualify. Everything. Hey, the newspaper article about the secret agents. And the Burlington Times News, how they had an article about us and everything that's going on with us. leadership of the alliance, the products. And listen, let me tell you something. We got suggestions. There's stuff. Here's Darwin, all about foresters. Here's Liza, all about CFG and what their company stands for. Brent, and about Mutual of Omaha, about our books. And then we got the Albright General's Warning. This guide contains material known to cause business acceleration and inflammation of the pocketbook. Now, when you see it, this is going to have a white background, and it's going to have black, and it's going to change to Albright General Warning. But this thing we're going to put out here, I'm so excited about it. And here's what we're doing. They're very expensive to produce, insanely expensive, and then we got to handle them, and everybody's got to deal with them. So we're going to do them for $4.95 a piece, unless you buy 10, and then you get 10 for $10. You with me? Yeah. Yeah. Now listen, here's the next thing I want to tell you. Here's the way we want to see it with new people. What's your name, sir? George. I thought it was George. You look like George. My dad's name is George. Come over here, George. So here's the way it goes down. Our book that we've sold out of 5 times now. We have 5 different prints, so the 5th edition or 6th edition is coming out. We have ordered 10,000 of these books. Massive quantity, and the next time that I'm placing the order, probably by 3 o'clock today, if I understand what's going to happen, we're going to order 20,000. And here's what we're going to do. The ones that are coming in today or tomorrow, hopefully by Monday, I'm going to take them up to New Jersey and Detroit. And this is the way I want you to start handing out to brand new people. I want you to say, we got everything in here. Matter of fact, the speaker is going to cover all this before the meetings wrap up. They're $1 a piece. And the books that are $20 a piece, listen to me, because we're going to order mass quantity. We're going to treat, listen, I got an idea. We're going to treat our business like a business, and we're all the leaders, the key leaders, the agency managers, the people that are getting brand new and are crazy talk. We're going to start treating our business like a business, and we're going to buy in mass quantity so that we get it cheap as everything. That's what business people do. Business people don't go down to the Walmart and get one Tic Tac, baby. You with me? We go to Sam's Wholesale. We go get a case and break it down. So here's what we're going to do. This is the mathematics, and this is kind of on the fly like we do things, and then we'll make a correction. We want you to be able to give it to them. We want you to get it as inexpensive as possible. So in Detroit and New Jersey, here's what I'm going to do. You show up at that meeting, I'm going to bring cases and cases. I'm going to tax my King Air, and we're going to load them down. We're going to put them on a wing. We're going to have them strapped from the bottom. We're going to have them swinging, baby. Whoever out there, we get up there, and you say, I want a package. Matter of fact, what you need to do is you need to tell us now. You need to let Rebecca know, so that deal Andy talked about. Listen to this. A case of these books is 72. 72 of them times $20 will be $1,400 and what? 72, $1,440. $1,440. What we're going to do is everybody up there, I'm going to bring you a case. Anybody that wants a case, let me know. I'm going to bring them up there for $500 for the whole case of books and 72 of these. So anybody that wants 72 of these, it comes with 72 of these for the $500. No shipping. I ain't charging you to drive the gas truck up there. Nothing. You with me? You say, how you going to bring that many? You tell Rebecca, I'll figure out how to get them up there to you. Yeah. But only for the people in Detroit and New Jersey. Y'all want one here? Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. We're not shipping this out, okay? But anybody here, if you're here, and if you want one, matter of fact, we're going to do this at the convention too. I'm going to tell you this ahead of time. We'll do it all through the convention is how long this is going to last. Right now, we got to put the order in today, so we need to know who's in on this. Noel Leventover said, I want 2 cases, case. You with me? So here's the way we want this to go down. I want to see this all across the country. Here's what we've got. And here's what I want you to do it. I want you to say, now look, this is a book Andy Albright wrote, the guy that started a business in the basement with a lot of his buddies. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to flip to J.L. Williams, and I say, but this forward right here is the key. This fellow's passed away. He's hanging out with Jesus and God. He's all gone. And it's no worries. We're not upset about it because he lived his life full. I want you to read this about what we're about. Because as right here where he says, as Andy points out, our business is our platform to serve God and serve others. Simply put, other people are the purpose of our prosperity. In other words, you are why we do good. We want to give to you. So therefore, we're going to start it out right with a free book and an agent guide, and it's no charge to get in our business. We don't sell getting in our business. Y'all know that, right? You just got to get $49 to get in the class, and that's a government regulation, not ours. And keep in mind, we don't even want you to have to pay the $49 because keeping in mind, when you get 3 people signed up, you get your $49 back.
That's right.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Now, what do you schedule tomorrow? What you going to do tomorrow? I want uniformity across. Y'all see what's going to happen? This thing getting ready to blow up like Mount Fuji. So y'all let Rebecca know in the store, and my pilots will go on panic mode. And I can hear them now. You know we're going to have to stop in Richmond on the way up to Detroit, and then we're going to have to stop up there. And I'm going to like, just make the stops. We'll get gas, and we'll keep getting it. We'll get there. You order them. We'll get them to you. Listen to me. No shipping at all. We ain't charging extra, so that's it. Y'all like that deal?
Yes.
What do you think, Bo? That's yours. You're the first one. You're the first one, George. That's my daddy's name. Oh, shoot. Does that make sense? We're going to find new ways. By the way, the new magazine we're mailing out every single week now, 500, 600. I know it's going to go to 1,000. That's just on us. All the stuff we're doing, this extra stuff we're trying to pull out, just pull out all the stops. Why? We think now is the time. Like there's those times in life when you say, I mean, I've been looking at these hot spots, these names. I got pictures coming in. People were saying, look at this sharp girl. Look at this couple. Oh my gosh, this guy is coming down. Did our guy come down from up north? Is that him? Is it Ryan? Tyler? Kirkland. First name is Kirkland. Are you the one that was a pastor or is a pastor part-time? 21, free, ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
So you start finding, you're already licensed.
Already licensed.
Getting, let's say, inadequately compensated by a certain organization. Is that a fair?
That's fair.
You with me? He got what it takes. I've talked to him like 5 times on the phone. Every time I hang up the phone, I go, oh, we got one. You with me? So I'm thinking, there's these times that come along when you just feel the wave. Y'all know? You with me? I never forget my freshman year. I've been an NC State fan all my life. I never forget my freshman year. And Jim Valvano was talking about we're going to win a national championship. And we're not going to get to the AC. We ain't even going to make it to the tournament. Hernan, we ain't even going to make it to the tournament. And that's my freshman year. And we're not going to go to the tournament. And they win the tournament. They win the ACC tournament just to get in to the other and beat Michael Jordan.
Yep. That's right.
The legend. And then all of a sudden, the next 11 games are miracles until the last one. And then Derek Whittenberg throws up that shot, and it's off. Now, he says it was a pass. And somebody grabs it and slams it in. Well, I got to work at Gym Security, and I got to watch Jim Valvano scream at those guys. And I know he loved them. I know when I scream at some of you guys in a loving way, I hope you understand. I'm telling y'all, this is our national championship year. This is a year that establishes massive momentum for us. This summer, as a matter of fact, I believe it is. We got a new convention center that's so close. We got the new book coming out. And we got this deal with the new agent guy. We got our new app that just came out, the media app. Everybody's freaking out about how incredible everything's in one place. So we're going to that's the other thing. We're going to get our new app. Download it. We're going to have a QR code for that in there. That's not in there. I hope our marketing guys are listening. We've got to have a QR code in there for that new media app. Everything's coming into play. And get this. Yeah, so this is going to be, okay, but it's going to be a QR code inside the magazine attached to that, a picture of that. So, and listen to this. Derek Wittenberg, the guy that shot that shot, he just confirmed this morning with me he's coming in to talk about winning a national championship and what it took and how much they loved each other and it's how much they talked about it and practiced and pictured it. I'm excited for y'all to hang out with him. He is cray-cray. He's exciting. So I would encourage you, if you have, it's a 30-30 one of those 30-30 ESPN with Jim Valvano and Derek Wittenberg produced it. He's the producer for that show, and he's produced several more of the 30-30 since then. So he's a producer for ESPN. He's an executive with North Carolina State, and he's a friend, and he's a national championship. He played professional basketball. He coached in the professional leagues, has had quite a story, quite a legend. I can't wait to introduce you to him. So he's going to be at our convention. Imagine that. With everything that's happening, him coming in. Okay, I got to go through this real fast. Imagine this, times in your life when you know something to be true and it's not true. That's a mess. When you know it's true and it's not true. What if I could tell you some things about change, getting off of Facebook, changing your habits, changing out who you hang out? What if I could tell you some things about change that ain't true? These are 3 things that I 100% agree with Andy Andrews that are not true about change. Number one, change takes time. Everybody, I'm working on it. It's a process. What if I told you that was not true? What if I told you that in a blink of an eye, you have changed in the past? You had this relationship until you find out a piece of fact, and you went, oh, that's different. Just like that. What else have you changed in your life? It happened in an instant. It happens all the time. Eating habits. So I can't change my weight. You can change eating habits in a second. This person you hang out with all the time, they pop up on your cell phone all the time, there's a red button saying, that's not the green button. The green button being the green button. Y'all know what the green button is, right? The green button that helps me grow. The green button is tied to green. Green button's the same color as Pursuit of Happiness buddy Chris Gardner. Same color as his Rolls Royce. Green. The color of what? Green. You hit the green when it's green. You hit the red. You start hitting the red on a person that you used to hit the green. That is instantaneous. I tell you, change is not something that takes time. It's instant. Next thing you tell me, you say, I believe that I got to want to change. You ever had something happen to you that you didn't want to happen and it was a change? All the time. All the time things happen to you that you didn't want to happen, but they happen. So who says you got to want to change your people? What about if you want to stay around the same people, but you start hanging around different people and you want to stay over there? So you'll go back if you don't want it. What about if you don't go back, period? What if you just start doing this instantly? I say you don't have to wanna. You become a diabetic. You don't want to start giving yourself shots every single day. You don't want to prick your finger every single day. Adam Katz's little boy didn't want to do nothing. He going to do it or die. You said, well, then he wanted to. I don't think he wants to now. He don't complain about it because he don't have no choice. He said, if he have a choice, that's what it is, he don't have a choice. Oh, he's got a choice. Last one. Got to hit rock bottom. You ain't got to die to figure it out. You don't have to be homeless to figure it out. You can stop on the first notice that you're late on your house payment, or the second notice. Heck, you can stop way before you could just say, I can't make my house payment. I got to change. You don't have to hit, he'll change. He'll stop drinking when maybe he gets another DWI. No, he done got 4. They done took her license. She's still driving. You don't have to hit rock bottom. You can change today. Like that. Instant, you don't have to want to, and it can be today. You don't have to go thoughts. So what if all those thoughts that it took time, you had to want to, you had to Rick bottom? What if that wasn't true? Here's what I tell you. Think about this, and I want you to, please goodness, think about this. Here's when change happens, every single time. Now, I'm not saying this is the formula for change. I'm saying every single time somebody changes, you can see these elements in it. So what I'm going to try to do is get you to just kind of think, if these are the elements, is these elements possibly present in your life today? Here's the first element. What's in it for you? What's in it for me? Why should I change? What's in it for me? I used to really have a hard time saying this. And I had a buddy, and he'd always say, like, what's in it for me? And I was like, that sounds greedy. That sounds selfish. Then I thought about it. That is the most honest statement that I ever heard him say. This is a buddy, he's gone now, and I'm thinking back, that's just one of the few things he said that was real honest, is what's in it for me. You say, I don't want to think what's in it for me. You already do. Yeah. And if it's good for you and you're a mama, is it good for your children? If it's good for you and you give 10% to the church, is it good for your church if it's good for you? If you're spreading positive news and you get more power and more influence, it's good for you, in fact, good for other people. If you're a bad person, being good for you don't mean nothing. But if you're a good person and it's good for you, then it's good for others. But it starts with what we all really think. What's in it for me? What do I get out of this? What about me, me, me? That should be a country song about that right there. Sometimes it's got to be about me. Every time I've ever seen somebody change, they figured out what's in it for them. Number two thing, they had to believe to some extent beyond a probable belief. It didn't have to be beyond a shadow of doubt. They had to believe that changing was possible. They had to believe. I'm going to try to get you to understand. How do I communicate? How do I get you, if you think beyond a reasonable doubt, that's it, that this will work. If you think that it's reasonable, not beyond a reason, but you say, well, it makes sense. Hey, matter of fact, here's the questions you can say. Here we go. Here's what you say. You say, that makes sense. Reading books, not worried about Facebook. That makes sense. I never considered it like that. That's what you end up saying. That's how change works. You're over here and you go like, it didn't occur to me. It didn't occur to me I was wasting time. I had this girl, I finally went up to her and I grabbed her. I'll do you, Noel. Come here. Noel 11 toes. Gosh, I can't believe I get the people up when I'm playing. And I grabbed her and I said, Noel, I said, I want to shake you like this. Like I grab your shoulders. Mm-hmm. I said, but I know, I don't know how I know, but you're wasting insane amount, not you, just another girl, insane amounts of time on Facebook. I hate to tell you, because I don't want anybody to know, but I kind of want to tell you. I think she's going to write over 20,000. No, I know, over 20,000 this week.
That's right.
I know. So I hope 150 girls write over 20,000 this week. Because every girl that writes over 20,000 about it. So you got off Facebook, did you? But it never occurred to me that I was wasting as much time as I was. How about this? Your church that you just changed or thinking about changes. Did it ever occur to you that they're holding you down? Did it ever occur to you that they're using, you know what I'm saying? How about your family member that's negative? Did it occur to you that they're keeping you, see you say things like, it just occurred to me. Hey man, I'll never ever think about my life the same way. I'll never think about association the same way. I've never think about going to be an attorney again, not doing the medical. I'm trying to get you to say, can you think about something differently? Here's what I know, Noel. People say what's in it for them, and then they believe that what they're going to do will change. Y'all know I preach this all the time. Here's why people don't do stuff. It never occurred to them. They don't believe it'll work. They just plain don't want to. You said, no, you're telling me if I don't want to, I can still change? Yeah. But if you fight it, I can't fight you. But if you knew what was in it for you, and you thought that possibly this new direction, this new focus, this new element would actually work. Here's what I know. Through creativity and persistence, in other words, can you come up with something cray-cray? Can you come up with something that you think, I believe that reasonably this will make a different effect? And then can you come up with a creative way to do it? Through creativity and confidence, I think we can have miraculous changes throughout the alliance. Y'all hear me? Yeah. Through confidence and creativity, that this different way, it occurred to you. So we got to help occur it to them, and we got to help them be creative. Like, for example, tear a page out of your book and read it during the day. And at night, pare it out. When you get home, now you read 2 pages in a day. That's creativity. Now do you have the confidence that'll work? And do you know it's not illegal to tear your book like that?